RIN TV coverage of the 2013 RIMS conference is brought to you by the Hawaii Captive Insurance Council.
As we close out our coverage of the annual RIMS conference, we return to Brian Vermeer with highlights from the interviews he conducted in Los Angeles. Here is part 2 in our RIMS review, focusing on another of the key themes from the meetings.
Hello, I'm Brian Vermeer for RIN TV at the RIMS conference in Los Angeles. Terror coverage has everyone concerned, especially after the Boston Marathon bombings and with TRIPRA renewal uncertain. Here are what the leaders are saying at RIMS.
There are a couple of things that are happening. Firstly, there's an understanding that terrorism isn't just about macro, urban, jihadi terrorism. It also involves political risk incidents, political violence that can happen in emerging markets. Secondly, we've seen that there's concern about TRIPRA sunset, the US government backstop, which is due to expire at the end of next year.
There's also generally heightened awareness of political risk. So political risk, whether it's domestic or international. I'd say on TRIA, that's an area that the industry has been concerned. Many of our customers have been concerned that the government will not continue TRIA legislation that has been a very significant and important backstop.
There are threats overseas, but actually there are threats much closer to home in the domestic market, and I think it's making corporations and individuals assess those risks much more closely.
And we see around the globe a still fast-moving world that both clients, insureds, risk managers and insurers all need to make sure that what we do our best to do is ensure that there is a relevant, where possible, risk transfer product available to all that reflects the new and ever-changing world.
Companies can mitigate their risk and reduce the risk of being kidnapped, not only through insurance protection, but I think more importantly through rigorous protection and prevention measures in place.
Let me be clear and unequivocal. Willis's position is that TRIA needs to be renewed. We think that is obviously in the interest of the insurance industry and the provision of that type of insurance backstop from your government, but also in terms of the macroeconomic picture and the ability for organizations to invest in infrastructure, to develop their businesses and to grow. And without TRIA, I think that could have some very long-term and damaging implications for the US economy.
Because we need to see some action on renewal of TRIA this year. We can't wait until the end of next year. There's a lot of renewals that have to take place even this year to be prepared for the sunsetting, the potential sunsetting, and we hope the renewal of TRIA.
We'd like to thank the sponsors of RIN TV's coverage of the 2013 RIMS conference in Los Angeles.